For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
We had some behind-the-scenes challenges. That's why it took us so long to get on the air. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of NewsSpin right here on Power 97.9 FM. Also, we are on YouTube as well as on the NewsSpin Facebook page. We're going until 2 o'clock this afternoon with your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And Kim-Ann will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. We'll be hearing from many people during the course of the broadcast this afternoon, focusing on many issues, more of the same issues that we have been grappling with over the last several years on Island. And also I'll be endeavoring to speak with a particular individual in just a moment, so please bear with us on yet another edition of NewsSpin. We'll be hearing from some politicians, because what is NewsSpin without politics and politicians? They are the ones who are deciding our fate to a large extent in our country, whether it has to do with the economy, the provision of jobs, issues relating to health care, matters relating to crime. We have to revert to the discussion of politicians and politics, and basically what are they doing to help improve our lot in this country, despite the fact that we've been hearing from many people talking about crime. Do not politicize crime. What do you mean by that? When the politicians, they are holding on to the purse strings, they are determining the amount of money that will be allocated to critical issues in our country, social programs. They are the ones making key decisions on our behalf, whether it's within our shores or overseas at various fora, various meetings of bodies like the United Nations and the Organization of American States, you name it. So politicians are at the heart of decision making in this country, and when it's convenient for them, they would like to focus on those who are in office and saying that they are not doing enough in this particular area, etc., for example, crime. And when it's not convenient, they say, do not politicize crime. I am saying do not politicize crime to the extent of saying, well, the United Workers' Party, they are the ones who are causing people to kill each other in the country, or the SLPs are responsible for this, etc. Don't politicize crime to that extent. But to the extent of saying that is under your watch, that these heinous crimes are occurring, that they continue to persist. And as a matter of fact, this is affecting us, our reputation, brand, St. Lucia. It could, to a large extent, keep investors away from our shores. It can cause people to be depressed, because those things cause they have a lot of psychological effects. So therefore, the politicians, while under hustings, they always say they'll do more. They'll improve your life. They'll improve on the crime situation, etc. When they get into office, they say, do not politicize crime. So one such individual who is saying do not politicize crime is Independent Senator Nurani Aziz, and he is also a member of the Citizens for Peace and Prosperity. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And also I'll be endeavoring to place a call to a particular individual and to deal with a matter of immense concern. Something that you highlighted during the course of the program yesterday, and that is the cost of passports. We are hearing claims, we're hearing allegations that a particular entity is facilitating persons getting their passports, but it's at a tremendous price. So we have not been able to confirm this, but I'll be endeavoring to speak with someone during the course of our NewsSpin program. So please stand by. I'll be making that call. As a matter of fact, I'm making that call right now to see if you can speak with that individual. I suspect the individual is online, Mr. Producer. So let's see if we can put her on the air. Hello, and we are not able to speak with that individual. Let's see. Hello? Okay, all right. I don't think that we are able to speak with that person, but we'll try again to see if we're going to start. I think she might be on right now. No, she's not on. Okay. All right, so as soon as we're able to establish contact with that individual, we will speak with her on that critical issue. So please stand by for that and a whole lot more. Let us hear from, I think it's the second deputy political leader of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party. Mr. Sean Edward is also the island's education minister. Speaking on the Castries Market steps during the SLP meeting last week. And he has been calling on supporters of the party to discuss certain issues behind closed doors instead of publicly criticizing your government minister or your MP or the prime minister. When you meet them at constituency meetings on constituency visits and days, etc., then you could raise those issues with them. But do not take to the airwaves. Do not call NewsSpin and criticize the government. Is that what democracy is all about? Is this a cabal? Is this a club? I'm talking about the management of the affairs of the country. A club involving mainly supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party and the hierarchy of the party. Shouldn't be a case where you should be able to freely, openly criticize your government without government ministers being offended. So let us hear what Sean Edward is advising supporters of the SLP to do.
You have to stop criticizing your party in the public domain. And if you have a problem with your rep, you have a problem with your party, let us do that behind closed doors. Let us argue behind closed doors. But do not wait for when you board that bus. Do not wait for when you assemble at the cemetery. Do not wait for when you go to the market to criticize and chastise your government. You have to stop criticizing your party in the public domain. And if you have a problem with your rep, you have a problem with your party, let us do that behind closed doors. Let us argue behind closed doors. But do not wait for when you board that bus. Do not wait for when you assemble at the cemetery. Do not wait for when you go to the market to criticize and chastise your government.
Now, the SLP administration, that is our government, irrespective of whether you're a supporter of the SLP or the United Workers' Party, that is our government, and we all should feel free to openly criticize our administration. To do otherwise is to give the impression that, it's a clique. Yeah, it's a clique, a small grouping of individuals coming together and, just admonishing each other behind closed doors, etc. That's not how you run a government. Okay, so we are in a position to speak with a particular individual. I think she's online right now. Hello and good afternoon to you, Mrs. Cindy Alexander Gabriel. Hello.
Hi, Tim. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon to you, ma'am. And you are the manager of the Briefcase.
Yes, I am, Tim. Good afternoon, Tim.
All right, okay.
Thanks for having me on.
We see that there's something in circulation, and that is a receipt that is indicating that somebody was charged $650. Are you aware of this receipt? That's in circulation.
Yeah, the receipt came from our establishment. I'm aware of the receipt. Yes,
Okay,
I'm aware of the receipt.
and that is for what service?
Well, we offer a variety of services at the Briefcase, and based on the information on this receipt, it may have been passport application that was done, JP services being rendered to that person, the availability and purchase of a passport form, and also photographs that may have been done at our establishment. Because there was some other details on that receipt that was popped out.
So you're saying that in total, the cost was $650 for a variety of services?
Definitely, yes, it was.
Okay. Now,
That is from the Briefcase, huh?
yes, from the Briefcase.
Briefcase.
Right. Let us talk about this matter involving processing, trying to assist people to get their passports. What kind of, are you providing that service and to what extent?
Yes, Tim, we are basically a small establishment that have gotten to the realization that our people are in need of the services available and open to the public, whether it be birth certificate, business registration, replacement of ID cards, lost driver's license, NIC documents, a declaration, the passports. You needed to type a job letter, you need to photocopy a document, photography, limit. We do it. Once it's within the law, it's a legal proceeding, we go ahead and we do it. We have the JPs available here. So basically the Briefcase is a one-stop shop to ease persons or give persons the ease of doing business on a daily basis when it comes to their documents and certain processes involved, basically.
But the passport service in particular, what does it entail?
Yes. The passport service, first I need to establish that the Briefcase is not the immigration department. We are not part of the immigration department. Bear in mind that when one has to complete the St. Lucian passport form, that there is the section 7 for the recommender to complete, and this is where the JP comes in. So completing that section, which is where we at the Briefcase comes in as a JP, myself. There are 2 other JPs here functioning with me at the Briefcase as well. That section has to be completed. Upon completion, we instruct every individual. They work with the necessaries. Of course, you come with all of the requirements for your application. After that is done, we do our part as the JP. We witness what we have to witness. There you go. We would tell you what is your next step. We're not like the other persons or other bodies that will tell you, okay, that's it, you pay us. No, we guide you through whether you use our services or not. After the form is completed, we send you off and we tell you, hey, you go to do the verification. This is where verification is done. The day's verifications are being done. After the verification is done, the next process is you go to the immigration department on Bridge Street, 3rd floor, to put in your application on the designated days. There are persons, due to their daily lives and commitments, they do not have the time to stand in line. Some of them are physically challenged. Some of them, because of the convenience, they would say, you know what? We do not have the time. I need your services. Here it is. Handle my business for me. This is the cost of the passport, which is $250, or the expedited service for $300. When you walk into the Briefcase, I will not put myself, after I have done my part as the GP, I will not put myself on a line for anyone for 3 hours and another 4 hours in the hot sun without a hot cup of tea or a little cup of Toloma from 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm going to do it free of charge for you. No, team. I am not Jesus Christ. And if Christ were here in person, he would not do it. So this is where the cost of us rendering the services that we render to the public at an additional cost, not only for passport applications, but for many other services that we offer at the Briefcase.
So what is the additional cost for your services to help somebody obtain their passport or renew their passport? What is the additional cost?
Everyone's situation varies and everyone's situation is different. There are persons that we serve from abroad. There are persons that we serve locally. If we're serving you locally, you walk into the establishment. It depends on what you present to us at the moment. There are persons we have to get their birth certificates for them. There are persons that we assist with verifications. There are persons that we have to wait for a lost ID card. So everyone's situation is different, which determines my time to you and the cost at which that my services are offered to you. There are persons who have their lost passports. They have to prepare a police report. After that police report is presented, we have to present what you call the statement of witness. All of this have to be taken into consideration, and that would affect our final price. So we cannot say that we have a fixed price for the services that we offer. The onus is on us as individuals to decide whether your service, your process is longer than this other person's process. After I pick up your passport, because there is no consulate where you're staying, I need to send it through the courier for you. That's an additional cost because I'm taking time to go get that done for you, and you pay the extra, of course, or what is involved for the courier service as well. So there are many factors that determine our prices.
Now, you pay the amount that's the $250, okay, to get the passport.
Yes, it is inclusive. It is inclusive of our prices. Yeah.
And you are paid this money in addition to your service, and then you yourself pay that money directly to the immigration department.
The only monies we pay directly to the immigration department, which we are obligated to, and which is what we do when we go to the immigration department with paper trail and receipts. Regular passports are $250 Eastern Caribbean dollars. The expedited service, which everybody's situation is different when the request for express is made, is 300 Eastern Caribbean dollars, which we pay to the cashier at the department on the designated days.
Now, some people are in the chat room are posing some questions to you. Somebody is saying there, how is your company able to get passports done so quickly and citizens are unable to do so?
Tim, it's not that our company is able to get passports quickly. We go through the same process that every other individual goes through. We take the line like every other individual would. We go to the cashier as every other individual would. The difference here is we follow up on our applications. So when I go into the passport office on the designated days for distribution or issuing, I know I put an application in 3 weeks ago, and it's supposed to be ready for issuing within that period. I ask, is my passport ready? Because I am here to collect on behalf of that person with the necessary documents for collection. If I go in and there is a delay for whatever reason, it is relayed to me and I relay right back to my client. So it is not that we are able to get passports. And I said this to you, the number of persons we have lodged their applications into the department, and due to the challenges that the department is actually facing right now, like we would know the mold, the staff being sick, lack of resources, human manpower for production. This has delayed the delivery of passports. And we have our clients who call us and bombard us every minute. There are people who call me in the wee hours of the morning, late at night, asking me, Mrs. Gabriel, when are our passports going to be ready? And then I do apologize. I am very sorry. It is no fault through the briefcase. We have done our part. Please bear with the department due to the challenges that they are facing. Tim, I came from the roadside on by Voyagers. I didn't just start doing what I'm doing now. I have been there for the last 11 years, running after umbrella, taking the rain, taking the sun, taking everything that comes with it. So the briefcase is a threat to certain individuals. So they're now making the briefcase worry them and lose sleep on the briefcase. Job well done to those who are instigating and are being the political wizards out there and the businesses that we are affected because we are doing what we are doing productively and also effectively.
The briefcase is getting a lot of free publicity. But let me ask you, somebody's saying JP services do not attract fees per the rules regarding JPs. How are they appointed?
Where did they get that, Tim? Where did they get that? They will talk about the passport applications that we are doing, where I leave my home every day and I commit myself to the public, serve the public, sit down and wait for you. I have utilities to pay where I'm accommodated. I have the overheads, and I'm supposed to come here and serve persons who work an 8-to-4 job free of charge. Is that fair? When the public, when the government or the state calls me to serve, I serve wholeheartedly and free of charge. When it comes to lost ID cards, we do these documents for persons free of charge. Persons working here, they need the documents to be done, and we do it for them free of charge. The people pay for their photos because the photos are costing us. They pay for the postal stamp because the postal stamps are costing us. You hear nothing about that. It's free of charge. You hear nothing about that. We do police records on behalf of individuals, third party. You hear nothing about that. People pay the money. They do what they need to do. We go ahead. We assist people. You hear nothing about that. So at the ending of the day, it's because we are affecting certain individuals and other persons who claim to be competitors. Right now, the briefcase has become a threat to them, and for them to be saying how we get passports and they don't get passports. Passport is not the only things we go to get on out there on behalf of people, and we serve persons in the north and the south, and I mean island-wide. We serve people all over, and at the ending of the day, We're not doing anything illegal. We are not doing anything fraudulent. So the people who are out there was scrutinized. I think they need to look very carefully before they pinpoint fingers and post what they're posting, because the briefcase is affecting some individuals.
Okay, somebody's also asking whether applicants are being given their receipt from the Accountant General's or Treasury Department showing proof of payment for the passport.
Yes, we do. We have our receipts right here, Tim, where we take in your application. We take the application and.
But is the receipt, ma'am, is the receipt coming from the Accountant General or Department or the Treasury Department?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, let me be more precise. Can I get one of the immigration's receipts from the most recent application we just put in, please? Like, I want to be sure that I give you the right header where it came from. Government of St. Lucia, Treasury receipt received from the person's name, District of Castries, receipt number, the station, which is immigration, the description. Everything is legit. Our business is registered. We are operating. Not just now, we've been there for the last 3 years, and we have been operating, doing all of what we're doing legally and in a manner that is honest. So I don't understand people questioning, because when somebody walks into the briefcase and the briefcase receives your money, it is not immigration that's receiving your money when you walk to the briefcase, because we are not the immigration department. So when somebody walks in, I have to give you the receipt from the briefcase, because you're paying for the services that we're rendering to you. And also, when the payment is done and we have done our part with the immigration department, we go ahead and we do so. But here is a twist in. We have agents who put in visa applications with the U.S. Embassy and the Canadian Embassy, and you hear nothing about it. They don't say anything about the agents who are charging the extra fee. The embassy is about to raise their prices. Agents are raising their prices even before the embassy raised the prices. You hear nothing about it, because they're offering a service, because they are agents offering the service for visa applications. So how on earth can a third party putting in an application for a passport locally be heresy with the necessary documents? Everything is true, everything is authentic, and we are being scrutinized. What is the motive? Why the target? Is this politically swayed and influenced? Why? Because the briefcase didn't just come about. The briefcase have been there. The briefcase was doing what we were doing before the mold issue escalated at the immigration department. So why was there no fracas at that time? Why all of a sudden?
Somebody says that, somebody sent me a message. The person says, this is a perfect scam enabled by a dysfunctional government. What say you?
Let me tell you, I totally disagree, because this is not a scam. If it were a scam, you would say that for every other department that requires the services of the JP1 and also the services that people need on the whole. So is it a scam when somebody has to pay $100 to replace their lost ID card? Is this a scam? Is it a scam that someone has to go to NIC to get an NIC number? Is it a scam that you have to pay for your birth certificate? Is it a scam? I am offering a service, and I will charge for my time, because I am offering my time, energies, efforts, and knowledge to the public, and I will continue to serve regardless.
Somebody, I think, that joined us late, so the person says she needs to give a breakdown of the $650. She has not done that.
Tim, I don't owe the public a breakdown of the $650 that was charged to the customer. Like I stated, every situation differs, and I am not too sure the details on that person's receipt. I don't even see the receipt number, but there is the information in the first row and column that was cropped out of our receipt. So the breakdown that this person is asking for, I say again, I don't owe them a breakdown. So if I choose to charge somebody $2,000 for a passport, I know what I have to go through to get your passport for you. The onus is on you. We don't put a gun to anybody's head. If you choose to use our services, you use our services. If you choose not to, you are free to walk away, and we suggest that you go to the passport office at the designated days. We inform you that these are the days you could try, go early. We help you, we guide you through, because everyone cannot afford the services that we have. There are persons we put in their passports for them without charging them. There are persons who come and they get their photos and forms done without charging them. So the whole issue here, I am yet to understand the motive behind all of this.
But ma'am, seriously, this has got to be a serious indictment on the passport office, immigration department, the government, because this has enabled you to thrive in an environment where the department is very inefficient.
No, I would not say the department is not inefficient, Tim. Remember, at the immigration department, there are human beings working in that department, and they are not programmed robots that they put a chip and timer to, that when they are in this environment working infested with mold, the stress level is great. Team, how can someone function 8 to 4, Monday to Friday, in an environment like this every day? You're telling me that the people who are working there, they don't have a health, they don't have an immune system, they don't have sanity? Come on, I will not say that they are, what we're saying here, because the people in there, they come, they push tooth and nail the days that they can. There are persons in there. There was a couple who went up to the department, and there was a staff coming down the step. The staff was in CV. And the statement that was made to that individual, the day he was coming down, he offered his assistance to the couple. And the remarks that they made was, yes, you could stay in there and die. That's being so inhumane. And they did not even know who they were addressing, regardless of who it was. But at the ending of the day, it goes to show how insensitive our people can be and how inconsiderate they can be. Because the days when I go to the passport office and the staff, it's limited, especially these days. When I come and then I notice I have a long wait, I have sinus issues, and I am in this building, I would either sit, sniff my inhaler, and if I can't stay any longer, I leave. The days when persons can assist, they assist. The days when they can't, they say, my lady, I'm so sorry, we cannot do it today. Can you come tomorrow instead? We understand what the department is going through. We work with the department in terms of cooperating in spite of the challenges that they face health-wise. The minister, yes, is doing her part to relocate the department. It was a challenge. Everything takes time, but some people want it like a magic wand. You just add a cadabra and boom, it's here. Everything takes time. And this too brings the briefcase. It took time for the briefcase to be where we are today. And it's not about we getting any better treatment from any other person when we go there. Everybody's treated equally when they go to the passport office.
But let me ask you, somebody says that I would like the briefcase to explain why are they accommodated on a weekend by immigration and the public is not? Why is she accommodated after hours?
After hours?
No, that's what.
How are we accommodated after hours?
That's the claim that's been made.
Let me answer this. Team, the immigration department is closed on a Saturday. The immigration department works or they function Monday to Friday. On a Saturday, for this person's information, on a Saturday, like I said, bon matin, moi ha levé, et moi ha fait un petit peu dicté pour descendre vieux fort et quitter 3 richements dans carré, et descendre vieux fort pour aider moun pour joindre passeport yo, pour un police record yo, et pour un papier baptisement yo et birth certificate yo. Okay? So let's say moun ki ka di passport office ouvert by briefcase. Passport office pas ouvert pour briefcase le weekend because la pa ka même ni encore chez le weekend. La ka immigration le weekend.
All right, ma'am. Any final comments from you?
Team, I stand with those who stand with us at the briefcase. I am thankful. I thank God for the vision of the briefcase and where we are today. I am thankful for the many supporters and those people who have been patronizing our business, whether it be through passport applications, whether it be through photography, whether it be through photocopying, and even those people who cannot afford the service and get it free of charge. Big up to all of y'all and thanks for all of the support. And those who are having a bitter taste of the briefcase because the briefcase is a threat, I remind you that the same channel that I use, which is prayer and my life with Christ, I will encourage you to do the same. And before we try to judge others, let's understand the process that people go through to be where they are. Because the briefcase came from humble beginnings. We didn't just jump to be where we are today. Thanks to all the persons who have supported us all throughout the years, from the roadside photography to the briefcase being on High Street. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking with us. You just heard there from Sydney Alexander Gabriel, manager of the briefcase. We did try to unravel some of the contents of the briefcase. When we come back in just a moment, we'll go through some of your comments. We have lots of comments via WhatsApp and your discussions in the chat room. You are watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page as well as on YouTube, and you're listening to the broadcast as well on Power 97.9 FM. time to hear from you at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon to you, Kimani. I'll be going over to you in just a moment for your some of the comments in the chat room. Lots of comments. This has provoked. We have a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay. Let's try WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon. Okay, can't get this call on the air for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we'll continue to try. Okay, let's see if we get another call at 452-2979. Hello? Good afternoon? Hello? Okay, we lost the call. All right, 452-2979. Let's try again. Good afternoon. Hello? Well, I'm not hearing the calls at all. I'm not hearing the calls, no.
Something's wrong
All
with
right.
your boy.
Okay, so finally, good afternoon.
Can you hear me, Tim?
Yeah, Rick, go ahead, please.
What a fascinating... How long was that?
The interview?
Yeah.
Let's say about 30 minutes.
It was an interview, was it?
An interview, yeah, live interview. What kind of laugh is that? That's a mischievous laugh, Rick.
Well, you know that. But Tim, seriously, a few years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, we carried in the Star a story relating to a similar, not quite the same, a similar service operating on Jeremy Street where the port station used to be, right opposite that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where this company is?
No, it's on High Street.
High Street.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I don't know if it's the same company anyway. But after a lot of complaints, we carried a story relating to a similar service that had to do with immigration. And it also had to do with people helping St. Lucians try to get visas, filling out the visa requirements and so on and so on. And there were a lot of complaints. I think we did 2 or 3 stories on that. But after listening to your questions, I couldn't help think that most of those questions ought to be directed not to the advertising person, because it sounded very much like an ad to me, but to the people who are supposed to protect us from scams and that kind of stuff. The government, an appropriate ministry, who will tell you, are these people licensed to operate as that lady says she's operating? Have you any idea?
I don't know whether she needs a specific license to.
I didn't say whether she needed it or not.
Or whether she has a license.
Yeah, you didn't find out.
No, I think the appropriate thing is whether she requires a license, Rick.
That's the same question I'm asking.
No, you're saying whether she has a license. You're giving the impression that she needs a license.
Let us say it after that. I'm not telling you how to do your job.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying to you, Rick. You're saying whether she has a license. I'm saying to you, the question for me is whether she requires a license.
Well, that's the point. That's the whole point. The first thing you think she would tell you is, for the criticism, some of what you read to her, the first thing she would tell you, she's licensed by the government to do what she's doing. Now, if she's licensed by the government to do what she's doing, which I doubt, and the government is creating the atmosphere so she can make money, that sounds like a major problem. You know, it sounds like a major problem.
Well, as I said to her, the indictment is on the government.
Oh,
okay.
You did mention that.
But what I wanted to clarify is whether people have to pay $650 for a passport that costs $250.
Some time ago, Tim, you carried a story about people who were taking the line and were being paid by somebody to take the line for them. And I thought that was brilliant.
Yes.
And nothing new about that. If I can sit at home and spare myself 2 hours in the sun and I pay somebody a couple bucks to take my place, I would do it. You know, there's nothing wrong or illegal in that. And in fact, that's very innovative. But did the lady also tell you she was operating as a JP?
Yes.
And I got the impression that you were being told that was part and parcel of being an AP, operating a JP service?
No. What the issue was whether she was charging her, the services that are being provided in her capacity as a
She should
JP.
tell her charge. In fact, of course she should charge. I don't have any problem with a woman charging for the services she says she's giving there, you know. I'm wondering if that service is her JP, whatever license or whatever she has, entitles her to do that as part of JP work. Mm-hmm. Because I wonder why JP came up in the discussion at all, if it is totally disconnected from the matter of JP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If
it's totally disconnected. As far as how much the woman is charging, absolutely irrelevant. And if people want to pay $1,000 on top of that, that's their problem. That's not, or that's their choice, rather. What I am concerned with is this a legal operation? Do the police, and I heard her sound like an agent for the police, giving you all the immigration, giving you all the details of what these poor workers have to suffer. And you heard her?
Yes, I did.
And I thought, what the hell has that got to do with her service again? You know, she's plugging up, making a case for the poor workers who are the problem with the people online. The people online are suffering the consequences of workers not working as anticipated, you know, for whatever reason. You know that?
It's because of the environment in which they are working, and then
Exactly.
the authorities are responsible for ensuring that they work in a hospitable environment.
So there she is making a case for those people, and I'm wondering why. While she at the same time is profiting from the inconveniences of those people that are passed on to those other people on the line, waiting days, etc., etc.
But I don't think those are questions we should be focusing on this lady. You know, I think we have to focus on the authorities that created that environment.
Precisely. Yeah. I'm glad you cut me up on that. My point precisely. I wondered what that woman was doing on your show in the first place.
No, well, I know why she was on the show. That's the issue of the day. That's a topical issue. You have the receipts all over social media. You have a company being mentioned. So I spoke to the head of the company.
Because of all of those people have not thought that people they should be taking that receipt to and all the other things would be the ministry in charge. Not even immigration. Go to the ministry in charge and find out from the ministry if this lady is authorized to do what she is doing. And all the other things, that's another discussion, because that's business. That's business. If she's authorized to do that, I have a lot of questions there, because that's as if it's one feeding the other at the inconvenience of the public, right?
Yeah.
That's on the one hand. But if this woman is profiting from the misery created, I don't blame her. But I have a hard time understanding why she's profiting from the misery created, and yet she seems to be making a case for the people creating the misery.
Because she's prospering from it.
There's brilliance in this. There's all kinds of suspicions. But at the end of the day, we are supposed to be given a service by the government. The government is supposed to tell us why we continue to have that passport problem. And every other week it's a new. What is the situation now regarding the passport problem?
As far as I'm aware, I think the office is opened on certain days, and they're looking to relocate to some section of the Cox building. That's on Cadet Street.
Tim, if I were to ask any of your callers on chat room or you, any question about Alan Shastney, from the size of his big toe to what color he has on his back, or his wife, when does his wife have breakfast, I can assure you we'll have answers to all of that. Most of it coming from the government, or at least the opposition party and the government, right? Jimmy said it very weak, you know. You said that very weak, you know. It's a fact. But we well know. Okay? If you want to know anything about Chastney, what is his underwear? What day does he wear this? You are likely, let me put it this way, you are likely to get a response. But a matter of passport and those other things that the government is supposed to deliver as a matter of course, because we are taxpayers and we expect that service. You know, one of these days, when I get invited in your show again, not next week or anytime soon, but when I get in your show one of these days, I want for us to discuss what is the point of government. Why exactly do we elect government and pay taxes and whatnot for government? And what do we expect in return? Are we getting it? And if we don't get it, why our only way out is somehow try to vote them out of office?
Because, Rick, for example, the justification for increasing it from $80 to $250, right?
On what? On
the passport, right?
Passport itself,
yeah. And the government said we are subsidizing the cost. We are actually subsidizing the cost. So I don't know.
Now,
after paying that exorbitant increase.
And nobody's questioning what does we are subsidizing the cost mean. Does that mean the money is coming out of Virginia Albert's wallet? Does it mean she's finding the money from... The subsidies are coming from your pocket.
It's coming from us, our pockets, yeah.
And the people who are suffering in the sun are not getting their passports. We know we keep hearing, oh, government is all governments, subsidizing.
It's not the government. It's not the government are subsidizing. We are subsidizing
but they make it look, you know what they call that? That's like Robin Hood robbing a broke Nottingham. What you call false, what's the word for when you give people things?
Subsidies?
Not charity, you know. Yeah. Those entrepreneurs who give out.
What, donations?
Anyway, what it means is a false generosity.
Okay.
Because all those monies going to the poorest of the poor and the subsidies, all are coming out of the very source they're pretending to help.
Yeah. Because they must get that money somewhere. So subsidizing flour, sugar, and gas, now the government will be taking it back by the 2.5% levy.
It's from the pocket of the taxpayer. It's from the pocket of the taxpayer one way or the other. Government does not put its hand in its pocket and take part of its salary and put it together and give it to the poorest of the poor. Government does not make collections at the end of every month or whatever. Take their allowances, their entertainment allowance, and their salaries, and let's put a fund and give it to people. That money does not come from the guys. It comes from us, the taxpayer. The very people who are complaining we're getting shafted, we are the ones supplying the subsidies, but more than that, we are the ones paying the government to shaft us. So one of these days, I hope you will devote a program so that, and I would like to be a guest on it, if you can get somebody else, I'll be even better still, to discuss what is the point of government, especially in countries like ours, where there are no backup things to whatever. A minister, I heard Alan Chastney talking today, it involves him too, but he was breaking down what is involved in direct awards and that kind of stuff. It was very interesting listening to that.
Okay, as a matter of fact, we'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Okay, Rick.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be hearing from the leader of the parliamentary opposition in just a moment, Mr. Alan Chastney. Also, we'll be hearing from independent senator and member of the Citizens for Peace and Prosperity, Nurani Aziz. You're watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page as well as on YouTube and listening to us on Power 97.9 FM.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Introducing the new Low Select Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From my account to streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. Luselect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
Pli meilleure manière pour entrer indépendant, c'est là où ka conduire l'auto qui sa ou. Avec First Wheels Hot First National Bank, nous ka offert l'intérêt qui bien bas et nous ka prêter ou tout l'argent pour acheter l'auto depuis ou satisfait tout ça qui mérite. Vini indépendant et prêter l'argent Hot First National Bank pour acheter First Wheels. Visitez n'importe branche et bien couiller téléphone 455-7000 et 455-717. First National Bank, here for you.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Tired of searching all over and still can't find the auto parts you need? At Fede Auto Parts, we make it easy for you and save you the frustration and running around. From Toyota to Chevy to Daihatsu to those rare truck parts, we've got you covered. And we're quick with special orders with frequent flights from Japan, the US, and the UK. Visit our store or give us a call at 450-7500 or 484-8141. Save time and avoid the line. Fede Auto Parts, Wadawaj. Why stop anywhere else?
Treat yourself to KFC's new Genius menu. Get your choice of one-piece chicken, corn, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, mac and cheese, and biscuit for just $11.50. Order now through WhatsApp at 484-0400
or visit our website kfcslu.com
or dine in at any one of our locations. Now that's a genius choice with unbeatable value. KFC, finger licking good.
Glass Supermarket continues to be your family-oriented local supermarket which spares no effort to affordably bring you the world.
Trust Glass.
For quality and friendly service.
Trust Glass.
For daily excellent specials and fantastic prices.
Trust Glass.
For the best quality bread. Check out Glass for your delicious French pastries and meals.
Also, you must know that Glass caters for your special occasion with these quality French pastries and cakes.
Be sure to earn points on your Glass card as we say thank you for your support, St. Lucia. Glass Supermarket, contact number 452-8814.
Plastic Solutions, catering to all your commercial and domestic plastic and paper bag needs. We also manufacture printed and non-printed plastic bags. Located on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway, Plastic Solutions is an environmentally friendly company because of its high standard plastic recycling process. For orders and inquiries, please call 758-451-5577 or visit us on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway.
Automotive art is a place to start. Automotive art is a place to start.
Yeah, look, check. We got a wide range of products that are automotive and do-it-yourself supplies if you got a moment. Smart staff that'll always know it. Got rims and tires from trucks to high performance to off-roading. Start here, tools, batteries, oil, and car care.
Automotive art is a place to start.
Chrissy, go on, babe. You will be late for your appointment.
Papa, the water to our pressure, it running like oil.
Okay, let me fix that once and for all.
I go in by Europa, they have enough pumps there. Domestic and commercial, they have tough pumps there. Europa is the boss for water pumps in St. Lucia. Check them out for any pressure boosting system you may need for both domestic and commercial applications. Best of all, Europa has the best prices, top quality, and after-sale support like no other. The Leo brand of water pumps will solve all your water pressure needs.
I go in by Europa, they have enough pumps there. Domestic and commercial, they have tough pumps there.
Contact us today at telephone 452-0763. Pumps also available at courts.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide at no cost. From care during and after pregnancy, vaccinations, family planning to nutritional and mental health counseling, we are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
Telecom as well on our NewsSpin program will be releasing a raw song, okay? And it's on the situation at the passport office. Somebody just called me and they told me that they'll be sending me this song via WhatsApp. So just stay tuned for that. NewsSpin is all about surprises, and we're in the season of Calypso, the season of social commentary. If certain things are happening in our country and we want the government to address it, or certain ills we want to highlight, we can only do it on NewsSpin in the form of spoken word, but we can also put it in the form of a song. Now, you will enjoy it, but you'll get to listen to it in just a bit. Let's take a call. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I listened to the owner of the Briefcase, and you didn't pose too many questions to her, because I know there are probably thousands of people out there with questions who will not get the line. However, I'm one of those who paid $650. And the reason I paid $650 is because I was really worried and scared of my passport being out there in the hands of somebody operating from a little hut. But I really needed the passport. And it's not that I could have afforded it, but it was just a concern, and I asked so many questions. I don't have the little receipt with me now to share with people listening the breakdown, but it would have been good for her to give the breakdown of the $650. It said an expedite, which I was supposed to have been given the passport the following day or something like that, but I got it in 4 days. The question I want to ask, it's not about her being on the side of Voyager, being under the threat of the elements, the umbrella, and this and that. You've grown fine. But we're looking at state property like the passport. This is a very, very important document, should be under the control of the government. And I don't know, you didn't ask her whether she had some kind of authorization to take people's passports and have it overnight and to do that kind of processing. I know there isn't anybody from the immigration office sitting in the hut, because I was in the hut. However, I just look at the regular citizens who have a need for a passport. Sometimes you don't really need it to travel for an emergency, but the fact that your passport has expired, you don't want to keep it there expired, because you never know when you need to run. And so you just want to know that you're going to put your passport up to date and renew it. And I'm asking, how is it possible that the doors are closed and staff are not available to process the passports for regular people who would stand out in a line, but she's able to get them done, and she's able to get them and get them quick, and she's able to do hundreds in a week, and she's able to do the south and the north and everywhere. So I'm saying it begs a question: is somebody inside of there working with her, and the amount of money that we have to pay, is somebody getting a cut? Is the government not concerned about somebody making money on that situation? When will they step in? This is, questions are being asked. How can this one lady, this little entity there, have that authority to process passports? overnight, in 2 days, in 3 days. But the doors are not open for regular people to do so. This is just a worrying thing, you know, and you didn't ask enough questions, but she got ample time and opportunity to promote herself. Great, because she did a lot of advertising there. But I'm just saying, for the sake of our regular citizens who would not have the extra monies and all of that, and why the extra charge, and why would the government be okay with somebody making money on a situation that maybe we might face a vulnerable situation? I don't know. Do you know how long the passport office has been irregular and not operating and functioning well?
For over a year now.
So you see, but a lot of money is being made because of that. Who's getting all that money? When will that stop? When will it end? Is there a quota that has to be made? I don't know, but I'm asking because I don't like the very important document, and it's, to me, I mean, I don't know that somebody could have a setup like that. I know you can process the forms and all of that, but to actually keep the passport and take charge of the passport and get them processed and have a contact who is the one assisting her in there to process all these passports. And if she's the one given authority, the government should come out and say that under the circumstances that we're not able to, because of such a thing, we have given authorization to the briefcase to process the passport. And they should have immigration people sitting in the hut so it can look more authentic or something like that. Anyway, I know other people want to make their comments, but that's my take on this. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see if we can get some more calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. We'll try to get this call off the air in just a moment. Please bear with us as we are waiting some more of your calls. This track I was talking about earlier on, but let me just make reference to some of the comments made by the previous caller. Obviously, there's a lot of questions I could not have posed to Cindy Alexander Gabriel of the Briefcase. There's some pertinent questions I had to pose to the authorities, the likes of the Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot. A lot of those questions could have been posed as well to the head of the Immigration Department. And I'll endeavor to speak with those people within the coming days. I will extend invitations to them. If they do not accept those invitations, I will be getting back to you, members of the public, the audience, to inform you that they have not accepted. But there are some pertinent questions that should be posed to the right people. As the CMO would say, on the lighter side, just came across a song that's being performed by a particular individual in light of what is happening at the passport office and how some people are capitalizing on this. They're profiting. Nothing wrong with that, but the indictment clearly would be on the authorities, your Immigration Department, and in particular, the Minister with responsibility for Home Affairs, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot. I think we're all ready for this track, and it is in its raw form.
Every day is the same thing. People always complaining. Why is it hard to get this thing? A second form of my identity. The workers are on strike. The buildings have mice. JP is making deals. And still no changes. Virginia not hearing her cries. I hope she sleeps well at night. She keeps saying all will be right. But the problems still arise. And if I'm paying you more, I should be getting it on the spot. And if I'm 82 to 50 and paper to electronically, then I expect more years for validity for a book that is not free. If I'm paying triple the price, I expect the service to be right. Not waiting on a line outside in the skyline. I need AC, not fresh air. My tax dollars not used fair. Every day is the same thing. People always complaining. Why is it hard to get this thing? A second form of my identity. The workers are on strike. The buildings have mice. JP is making deals and still no changes. Virginia not telling her cries. I hope she sleeps well at night. She keeps saying all will be right, but the problems still arise. And if I'm paying you more, I should be getting it on the spot. And if I'm 80 to 250 and paper to electronically, then I expect more years for validity for a book that is not free. If I'm paying triple the price, I expect the service to be right. Not waiting on a line outside in the skyline. I need AC, not fresh air. My tax dollars not used fair.
Just in its raw form, this song has a lot of potential, and I'll advise the person, please do a proper recording, go to a studio, and have this debuted on NewsSpin. Let's take your calls right now at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes. Just two things. I would like the question to be answered from the government. If anybody is benefiting from this business at the passport office, because this company specifically can process passports on weekends, though she said there is no cachet. The applications are being paid when there is a cachet, but processed on a Saturday just to accommodate her company. So the authorities need to investigate the entire department and the persons working there to know who is getting paid to work for the briefcase specifically on a Saturday.
Okay, my information is that the office is closed on a Saturday. Immigration department is closed on a Saturday, and they are not operating on behalf of the company.
They need to clarify, because that is a lie. They need to clarify, and that is a lie. And there is a lot of proof waiting to be lodged out there that will dispel all of these untruths that they are seeking. Okay, Tim?
Okay, ma'am.
There are pictures, voice notes, recordings, proof of persons going into that building on a Saturday, workers going into that building on a Saturday and coming out at the end of the day. So please, someone needs to investigate and ask whether or not someone in there is getting paid by the briefcase to accommodate her business. This is why she can get passports in 2 days and 3 days, yet the general public is being told they have to wait 21 days and more. Or sometimes they cannot accommodate them for express passports unless they have a medical or an itinerary, yet the briefcase can process those documents without the such required documents from the immigration department. All these things can be proven and will be proven with time, Tim. Just wait and see.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. We have a WhatsApp call as we say hello. Good afternoon, NewsSpin.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, ma'am.
Okay, I couldn't wait to get a hold of you, my God. So this case with the briefcase, I have been to the briefcase and I'm very attentive. I listened to that lady speak to you earlier on, and it's a bunch of lies. I've sat there and heard every time she got her 650, she made a phone call, she spoke to whoever in immigration, letting them know another one is coming in. She will not admit it, and neither I will not put myself in a situation to mention any names of this individual she's calling. That is not my place, but I've sat there, I'm very attentive, and every single time she calls this lady, once she gets $650. Now, my situation, I've gone to this lady over the years for basic stuff like passport size photos, and it's always been about $15. All of a sudden, her prices are jacked up. When I went there recently, or a couple months ago, I went there because I had a situation with my passport, it got damaged. When I first entered, she told me photos and to stamp the document, to sign the document, it will only cost $40, right?
Mm-hmm.
She made her husband do it for me because she was busy. She had a bunch of people there. When her husband was done with everything, he's telling me it's $80. So I'm like, but she just said it was $40. So explain the breakdown to me. This man will tell me that the document he's just signed costs $20. Now, I've done this before, and the documents were either $1 or $2. I understand you charging $15 or $20 to put your stamp and your signature on the document, but you're telling me that the document itself is $20 plus your stamp and your signature is an extra $20? So that seemed crazy. So I told him, but your wife just said $40. She's been saying $40 to everybody that's entering. Why all of a sudden it's $80? And with her hearing me telling him this, she's like, oh yeah, because and she couldn't finish the sentence. But just because I wanted to get out of there, he already did everything for me. I decided, okay, I'm going to just pay the $80, which was ridiculous. I could have went off inside of there, but I just decided to pay it and be done with it. But I'm telling you, she cannot give you a breakdown of that $650 because she's paying someone inside of the immigration office to get these passports expedited. And I will not even say expedited, over expedited, because I'm sure people who actually go inside them pay their friends, they don't get the passport as fast as she does. So it's definitely something that authorities need to look into. I understand a lot of people would like their things expedited, but that is overcharging people. And like the previous caller says, I don't even know if it's a legal thing that she is doing. If you calculate $250 or $300 plus $40 or $80, it's a big difference when it comes to $650. And even that $650, I kind of thought about it. They gave me the option to do it, and then when I was about to do it, the man said it was $700 and something because there was another $80 fee for something. So when I keep paying different prices from them, I was like, you know what, this does not seem right to me, so I'm just gonna do it the right way and finish with that. So that's my take, that's my experience, and this is what I've heard. Like I said, I sat there for about an hour because they had so many people before me, and I could hear every time she got her money, she would call this specific person, and she's sloppy too because she was mentioning the lady's name. She kept mentioning the lady's name while she's calling her. Hey, I'm sending whoever with another one for you. So something is seriously going on with the briefcase, and she's involving God. When she mentioned God in her thing, I was like, "What? You're lying, bold-faced, and you're even putting God in it." Anyways, Tim,
Okay,
enjoy
ma'am.
the rest of the day.
All right, thank you so much. So we have no evidence to prove whatever the allegation the last caller made there, whether those allegations are true. So I got carried away. I'm being told that I never once went to you, Kimani, for you to read some of the comments in the chat room. I mean, the program is moving at a frenetic pace today, so my apologies to you. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. My apologies.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Me and the chat room, let's call them individuals, we have been neglected, but it's fine. Someone says, not only the charge is wrong, the entire process is wrong, only the government should issue passport, period. Another comment, the briefcase is more effective than the passport office express service. How does that make sense? Let's see, the immigration department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has a few individuals that need to be fired. We have a lot of comments. Let's see, supermarket, government, business people, when will they stop extorting St. Lucians? Someone says, and I guess they were being sarcastic, why I'll need the briefcase? I took the line at 6 a.m. Convenience, I'm assuming. Another comment, we seem to forget that passports and ID are delicate materials and should always be processed at the right departments. Someone says, will and come again, or whatever they say. Again, my girl, I guess referring to the song. Someone says, St. Lucia is a special place. A whole song for a passport?
Mouth open, story jump out, somebody says as well.
Another comment, I hope Calypsonians give us really good songs this year because they have so many topics to be creative with. Example, passport office, roads, diet, parliamentary drama, sale of lands, huts, housing, liquor, monal, PJP, royal picture gift, 3 words. Another comment, my gosh, if that was happening under Shah's government, Lord help us, the town would not have space for protesters. Someone else says, All these passports should be rejected at the U.S. Embassy. Let me hear y'all cry. Someone says, I have no problem with what she is doing or charging. However, if her applications are getting prioritized over people who take the line and are now being made to wait longer, that's plain wrong. If anyone on the inside is being paid to facilitate that, now it's criminal. Another comment, is the government listening? The citizens are crying blood. Nothing will happen. It will continue. Someone says, St. Lucia is a planet by itself. Nothing is happening. Someone says, and in Antigua, wait. Someone says, since we always like to compare, can someone please check the cost of and validity of the passports in the other Eastern Caribbean countries? And someone responded saying, Antigua, it's 100 EC for 10 years. Someone says, I thought PJP said his administration would be transparent.
Well, there's a lot in the briefcase, not that transparent. You have to dig into the briefcase to know exactly what, how this government is performing.
Someone says, but Tim, I'm lost. When you apply for a passport, so much is required of you. So how is she able to get your passport without these requirements? I believe the lady has an under-the-table arrangement. Tim, and $600 for a passport. Tim, would you pay $600 for a passport?
No, but what she's saying is that there are a number of services that she provides, not simply the cost of the passport. Not only $600 for the passport, or $650. The number of added services.
Do you think these services could ever add up to $600?
You're asking the wrong person those questions, Kimani. You're asking the wrong person.
I have a few
but
more
but
comments.
on a serious note, that shows the desperation. People are very desperate.
Right.
And the indictment is obviously on the government of St. Lucia. And the government is getting all set to do what? To celebrate its achievements. Is there? I mean, to somebody who really wants a passport, is there anything to celebrate?
It's not.
We're already making noise that it's moved from $80 to $250.
Right.
Now, because you have to go through back channels, because you are being inconvenienced, because it really is confusing. It makes you irritated, to go through that tedious process has to cost a little bit more. And then now you are hearing people making all kind of excuses as to why they cannot deliver that service to you. And Rick did ask a question. Why do you elect a government? Why do we have government, sorry?
Right.
It's to facilitate those things.
Exactly.
It's to do it.
I don't know. I think this just paints the government in a very bad light, that someone is basically taking advantage of the public, providing a service that they should be providing at.
I don't think she's taking advantage of the public. She sees an opportunity and she's taking advantage of it.
All right.
No, she's not. She is not taking advantage of the public. Because of the inefficient manner in which the department is operating, she saw an opportunity and she took advantage of it. I think we need to applaud her for that. Okay? We need to ask questions, though, of the immigration department, whether she's being facilitated, whether she's being given preferential treatment. Ask those questions, whether there's any kind of collusion taking place, whether it's a scam. But you cannot fault her for seeing an opportunity, taking advantage of it. Because if, for example, you had a situation where somebody coming from China or India and seeing this opportunity, taking advantage of it, then what would do? Okay? So there are many opportunities in this country, but it should not be a case where it's because of the deficient manner in which our governments are operating that somebody can piggyback on that. It's not on that basis.
Fair enough. Do you think it's legal, though?
Legal? I don't know. We have to ask a lot of questions of the different authorities on that particular issue. But it's really sad. And those things, for me as a St. Lucian, it's demotivating, it's demoralizing. I mean, that's not how I want to see my country operate, where you cannot provide the basic services to the people. So what excuse can we get from the authorities?
I'm waiting.
What legitimate excuse can we get from the authorities on that issue? And on top of that, you have high food prices, you have the crime problem in the country, and no one takes responsibility. Somebody has got to say, I'm responsible, and I will work assiduously to attend to this issue. I imagine you have more?
We do.
Okay.
Someone says, Tim, take note of all the persons in authority for answers in the event they reject your questions, time, date, etc. We need to know if they will be dodging the facts. Someone says, the big question is who is facilitating the issuance of the passport to the briefcase, whereas other St. Lucians are having such a hard time getting their passport. Another comment, for a simple passport, so much trouble, SMH. Someone says, right now the place is closed and you are still in operation, assuming the passport office is closed. Let's see. The lady saw a problem that the government has chosen to ignore and created a business that's actually very intelligent. And notice she knows the steps very well. Let's see. So you take the line of 20 passports and you get 20 passports, no questions asked. Let's see. Someone says, my problem is with the passport office. Lots more comments in the chat room. Someone says, you're not telling the truth. Tell us who is your contact person that your application is being processed so fast. Someone says a passport and getting it quickly is a problem when big money passes hands to get things done. That's when we have a problem. Don't worry, the briefcase lady, the truth will come out. Someone is asking, but how are you doing police records? I guess the same way she's doing the passports for the immigration department. Let's see. What documents are in place that allows the third-party collection and processing of government-issued IDs? Someone says, good day, team. I live in View Fort and I pay $650 for my son. And finally, someone says, as mentioned before, I will not be using or paying extra money to be to a third party for my passport, which is a very sensitive document. I want to deal with the passport office. This is giving me anxiety. Let's see. My lady, if you are so effective and efficient, the government should fire all the employees at these ministries and hire all your staff. I'm in agreement with that one. Someone said, let me drink my dirty water, turn and eat my stale bread and cheese and mind my business. Bravo to the briefcase, very innovative. This country needs more minds like you. Let's see. Lady, I support your hustle 100%. Let's see. You're right. Why stop at $650? Charge $800. SMH. If that's not criminal activity, I don't know what is. Let's see. I wish to hear Shazi and Aziz's views on that passport scheme. Lots more comments in the chat room. Do you want me to continue, Timothy?
I think we could take a couple calls. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hi, Tim.
Yes, ma'am. How are you, the passport lady?
Yes, Tim, I am good. I am good. But listen, the lady came, she had a script, like she was well prepared, for every question. She had a script, but she never answered the pertinent question. Why is she able to get passports when the general public is not able to get passports? Because as far as we are concerned, or as far as we know, the passport office is closed. So how is she able to process passport when we, general public, cannot process our passport? So that is the question that she needs to answer. And Tim, she's charging $650, and she said, okay, there are various things that she has to do. Tim, to get the passport photo, $15 for the passport photos. To get the guys to certify the passport, that's the JP, you can pay between $15 and $25. So how much is that? $15 and $25.
Mm-hmm.
And the passport is $250.
That's already $40.
Right. So that is like $290.
Yeah.
Give or take. So what other services is she providing? Yes, I understand that she has to charge a fee, but her fee is $300. Because if you look at like $200 and
about $310, $360.
$90, yeah, and then she's charging so much. Is she charging like $300 free plus for her service? Because she needs to break down the cost and let us know exactly how much. Well, if I had to go to her, I would need a breakdown of exactly how much I'm paying for what. So this is extortion almost. Yes, she is brilliant that she could come up with a business. But at what cost, Tim? Who is paying the price?
The government owes us an answer, Kola. I will not be posing all those questions to this lady. Yeah.
And I think, Tim, all those persons who paid $600 or whatever, the government should refund them. The government should refund them. Because there's no reason why in this day and age that we should have to pay so much money for a passport that the government rightfully has to give to us. That is nonsense. Team, there are so many things happening. I just came from town and I went to Massey. I mean, Massey has some people call it English potato, some people call it Irish potato. Team, these potatoes are not fit for the pigs. And they have them there on display for people to buy them. My goodness. I mean, okay, they are not good, because if you buy them, maybe you'll get like half of the potato. At least sell it for half price. The potato is at the full cost, and none of the potatoes, you probably have to touch about 20 potatoes before you can get one good one. My goodness, where is the consumer affairs? Who's looking after our business in St. Lucia? Team, I to Republic Bank. I mean, that's common knowledge, that's public knowledge, that persons with their cards, they had issues where people were actually, taking monies and purchasing things. My card got affected. I called, they canceled the card, right? I went last week, but there were so many people, I had to turn back. I went there today, team, and you have to take the customer service line. I'm saying with something like this, it is not your fault that your card got disrupted. Why do I have to take a customer service line and wait literally for 1 hour just to collect a replacement card? Mm-hmm. I think the bank should have like some person set aside, maybe 2 or 3 people, for persons who just come to collect their cards.
Yeah.
Why do you have to take an entire hour to collect something that is rightfully yours and something that is not your fault? Tim, I don't know what's going on. Seriously, I think St. Lucians are being taken for a ride, and I think St. Lucians need to come out and need to speak out for their rights, because a lot of nonsense is happening and nobody is saying nothing. Everybody take Momo pills. Nobody says nothing. Somebody needs to take a stand, and something has to be done, because I think it's just like overbearing and it is getting to be too much. Thank you, Tim.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. We'll take 2 more calls, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages. We have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon to you.
2979.
This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you,
Good
caller.
afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Tim. Tim, the issue I think here is not about the third-party services, because all kudos to all young entrepreneurs, somebody who sees an
Caller, are you there? Oh, he's reconnecting. Okay, we'll give him a few seconds to reconnect. Calling via WhatsApp. Yes, go ahead, caller. Continue.
Yeah, copy. Yes. I was saying the lines we do were strenuous,
Right.
So persons devise businesses around that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think the issue here is that taking the line at 2 o'clock in the morning and you cannot get your passport, right? And somebody else is being facilitated without an excuse. So it's not the service, it's the process in which they go through. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody can come up with, hey, look, with a courier service, say, hey, we can go to the supermarket for you, we'll purchase it, we'll bring your food. That's fine. But don't tell me that, people are struggling, people are being turned away, and then one set is being accommodated. This is the issue. So it's not the authorities to come out and tell us and explain to us why can't we get it, but other persons get it. If it was a level playing field, I don't think that would be an issue. If another lady charges $1,000 and she gets the passport done, but me as a normal citizen can walk in and get my passport done, there would be no issue. I don't think that the money is the issue, because a service, anybody can charge what they want for the service. But the issue is persons not being able to get their documents, but one set is getting it for a fee.
Understood, caller.
I think that's the issue. And the next thing, in my knowledge, I think this is pretty simple to solve, that every transaction that happens at any government treasury department at cash, there is a trace, there is a record. Every passport application that comes in has a record. So this is very simple to investigate. They can check the times, the days, the processing times, who dropped off, who picked up. This is very easy to solve.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Appreciate it. All right, let's see if we get some more calls at 452-2979. We have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
How are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm the holding on, Tim. Tim, did I hear the lady say that she doesn't owe anybody an explanation as to the breakdown?
She said that, yes.
But I don't understand the lady. If people querying your service, I mean, the best thing to do is to give everybody an explanation. You understand? And she's saying about the situations differ. Now, I have no issue with the lady if she sees a loophole in the incompetence of the government. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that the lady claims that she takes the line like everybody else. But if somebody comes to the passport office with 1 or 2 passports, okay, they get it expedited in 3 days. They cannot get it done in 3 days. They have to wait for weeks. But she comes with maybe, let's say, about 20 passports, and she gets all in 2 days. So there's something wrong with that. You understand? She claims she takes the line just like anybody else. So if you take the line just like anybody else, why are those who are on the line with you maybe 1 passport, they cannot get their passport, but you who come with maybe about 20 can get all these 20 passports in 3 days? You don't see something is wrong with that, Tim?
Yes,
the lady can say what she wants.
Something is definitely wrong, caller, but the explanation should come from the authorities on that particular issue, caller.
Exactly. Now the lady gets a chance to make her money, she's making her money. But the lady now, her arrogance when she was talking and she's defending the passport office, came all out to defend what is happening at the passport office, which is not right. So I want to know, why is she defending them? It's because she doesn't have the problem like others. Because if she had the problem that others were having, she would not be defending them. You understand me, Tim?
Get your points, ma'am.
If she had the problem that me or you would have going to the passport office, she would not come all out to defend the immigration officers like that. You understand? And that lady can say what she wants. There is something going on between that lady and the immigration department. That is why she's getting this passport expedited so quick. Tim, there are people who take the same line if I think, get me what I'm saying. And they cannot get the passport. So why is it that she claims, that's what she claims, and that she takes the line? Who is to say that she takes the line? Look somebody online who I cannot really think, but a lady called and said she was sitting there hearing the lady calling a certain person in immigration. Now, I cannot say it's true, but why should that caller call and say that if that caller didn't really, and the caller didn't only say that, she explained everything that happened in the department. Now, my issue with that lady is her arrogance and trying to say that what she said some nonsense about I can't remember, because the lady on the whole, when I listened to that lady, she was not truthful. She was not truthful. She's hiding something. There's something more going on with that lady and the passport office. And I'll say again, why are you going to the passport office? You claim to be online with everybody else. You maybe have about 20 passports, and somebody with 1 passport, they cannot get their passport in 3 days if they pay for like $300, and you coming with so many, and you getting it expedited. Tim, we need to hold the government accountable for that, because if the agency that hold, and whoever it is that needs to be investigated, and this might take on that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. We'll take a final call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Final call. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Well, I will just be echoing everything everybody else said, because again, if the only problem I have is if what she's doing is hindering other people from getting their passports, making it take longer, so she's literally profiting off of the situation. And worse yet, if the place is close to the general public and she gets access, so that means the people in there are actually creating the situation for her to profit off of it, and that is just criminal.
All right, thank you so much.
The only other reason I knew she's doing something wrong, right, is because she was like, she's a praying person, and to people have scammed me already, and both of the times they came and tell me they praying and even pray and all of that. Sometimes when some people start bringing in prayers, I know they're up to something.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gola. Kimani, a few of the comments.
Someone says the 5 flights that are coming to St. Lucia will now soon disappear. I'm guessing because of the whole passport issue.
Mr. Producer, hold on. Can I beg you to end at 2:30? It's okay, or we will have to end very soon? Because I think we owe it to the people. I'm just begging you, putting you on the spot. 25 past. Okay, all right. So 25 past. Go ahead.
Someone says, is anything going wrong or right, in St. Lucia? Another comment, everything you want, you can get it for a cut. Invader said it in his song, please take note. Someone says, PJP, the people are crying, do something or something will do you. Another comment, government corruption. Someone says, we are saying that this is brilliant, but she has now compromised the integrity of the immigration officers. Someone says, let's see, I'm not surprised that all once SLP formed the government expect the unexpected. Let's see. Someone says, this is when... Oh, wait, I can't see that. Another comment, boys, things are going haywire in St. Lucia while the SLP government is busy securing the victory and the media is getting payolas for what they cover. Someone says, the lady should pay you for the advertisement today because no matter all the talk here today, her phone will be ringing off the hook. Another comment, all of a sudden no more shortage of passports. Let's see. This is Labour Party government. They have our passport in a briefcase.
Just one more?
One more. Someone says, it's not fine, caller. We're not supposed to go through these problems for our passports. We are taxpayers. It's illegal. Virginia needs to fix it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So 2 more features to come on our broadcast. The song, in case you missed it, somebody has already penned a song in its raw form and regarding the situation at the passport office. Okay, we'll try to locate that song in just a moment. I think I caught my producer off guard there. All right, what we'll do, let us hear from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chastain, speaking at a press conference earlier today.
Has been quoted, sadly, about 3 words. I apologize. Asking me for an apology. But where, in truth, he and the Labour Party should be apologizing to all of us. His same 3 simple words. To apologize to all of us. What is taking place at St. Jude's is a disgrace, is an insult to the intelligence of all St. Lucians. And he and his party are taking a joke too far. First of all, it was allegations of corruption that took place at St. Jude's. 2 years into it, they cannot provide 1 iota of evidence of any corruption. In fact, what was spent in what they call the box, the new building, which is 20% bigger than OKEU, is less than what they have spent to date on the old building. And remember, they had 5 years to complete the old St. Jude's, and they could not do it. And after spending $140 million, when we came into government and found structurally an inadequate building, their own report that they commissioned after this elections has all but confirmed exactly what we had been saying. The report noted assumptions that were being made, that the building could get planning approval, that the electricals could work, that the plumbing could work, that deficiencies in the size of the corridors, the materials that were used on the walls, the security, the safety of the ceiling, the mold problems. all have to be fixed before they can even think of reconstructing the old building. And even if they were to reconstruct the old building, their own estimates know that it's going to cost over $100 million and take over 18 months once they have resolved the snags of the old building. But what are you going to get at the end of the day? What are St. Lucians going to get at the end of the day? A hospital complex made up of 28 different buildings? Who does that anymore?
The leader of the parliamentary opposition speaking on the St. Jude Hospital reconstruction project at a press conference earlier on today. But we conclude we have managed to locate that song in its raw form again. I think we should call that song Passport Gate. Okay, so and the lady who performed the song and wrote the track told me that there are more verses to come, and she will be doing a proper production very, very soon. But listen.
Every day is the same thing. People always complaining. Why is it hard to get this thing? A second form of my identity. The workers are on strike. The buildings have mice. JP's making deals. And still no changes. Virginia not hearing her cries. I hope she sleeps well at night. She keeps saying all will be right, but the problems still arise. And if I'm paying you more, I should be getting it on the spot. And if I'm 80 to 250 and paper to electronically, then I expect more years for validity for a book that is not free. If I'm paying triple the price, I expect the service to be right. Not waiting on a line outside in the skyline. I need AC, not fresh air. My tax dollars not used fair.
Passport Gate. Very soon we'll be getting a proper production and will be debuted on NewsSpin. What a broadcast we had today. And I was even forced to extend the program. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making NewsSpin what it is. Thank you so much for listening on Power 97.9 FM. And thank you, Mr. Producer, for the extra time. My name is Timothy Poleon. Join me this evening, 7 o'clock on DBS Television for the DBS News World. And at 8:30, Newsmaker Live. Goodbye.